Okay, so after basically skipping some of New Testament and just making my way to the authorness arc, was a New Testament 9, 10, and all that. Basically, making my way all the way up to New Testament 22R, the end of it. Yeah, I got the volume 1 for you guys today, so I'm going to be looking at this, some of the stuff that I've skipped and yeah, just missed over. And I don't think it'll be that much, because yeah, we just got like a good 9-minute video here. But yeah, if Aeon, yeah, if he starts, uploading more of these, then yeah, I just look at that. But yeah, for now, just start off with volume number 1 at the start. And I might have, seen pretty much some of this already. But yeah, here we go, just a proper review. And I was going to do the Genesis Testament as well. But like that one that you guys already saw, number 10, actually, yeah, that was just a request. So yeah, that wasn't me trying to do that myself. Someone just requested that. And yeah, I don't want to just skip a request or whatever like that. But yeah, try to look at the first, second. Those were just kind of like his thoughts, So yeah, I want to look at like a proper review, and I did see the review was about Genesis Testament 4 that Aeon had currently. I don't know about anything else that he may have done that's just not titled, Genesis Testament Volume 1 or something, but yeah, I just have to wait and see and just find out if he does more reviews. But for now, if you guys are fine with just, doing the Genesis Testament 4 and then, whatever else type of review he has, then yeah, I'll just do that and then wait like I'm doing right now until, the volume 1 or something like properly comes out. But other than that, I hope you guys will enjoy this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and yeah, let's get this reaction started.
The Holy Gospel has finally returned with a certain magical index NT, otherwise known as New Testament. I honestly thought this day would never come, but thank goodness Yen Press have released the first volume of a certain magical index NT last month, where we can finally continue the story beyond the anime and volume 22 of Old Testament to see what happens with the story of Index. A certain magical index seamlessly blends both fantasy and sci-fi in a parallel world very similar to our own, as magic and science collide and have engaged in a world war against each other, and NT occurs in the aftermath of such an earth-shattering conflict. While it is a sequel to the original light novel series, you can actually pick up NT even if you haven't read any of Old Testament or even seen the anime, as the author Komachi Kazuma does help the reader if you are brand new to the series by explaining what has happened prior.
Okay, well that's
story,
nice.
Without going too much into info dump territory.
Good summary or something.
It's great that he actually does this, as it acts as the gateway for new fans to get into the series without having to read 22 books prior. You know enough context to get through this story without having to read them, trust me. And at the same time, if you are a super fan of the novels, then of course this is a no-brainer. Or if you have only seen the anime, you will definitely have enough context to get through New Testament. I think NT1 does indeed appeal to all three audiences, which is a massive plus for the book. Credit to Komachi. But I'm sure you're all dying to know, where does the story leave off after season 3 of the anime? Well, if you've seen Index 3, you will know that Kamijo Toma survives World War III.
Yeah, it's just pretty much about it.
Yet. Well done, JC staff. You were meant to keep that secret. God damn it. Nevertheless, NT Volume 1 is a science side only volume, so if you love Accelerator and Hamazura, you definitely will enjoy this volume. After the insanity of World War III, where Accelerator and Hamazura went on deep personal journeys in Russia, they emerge out of the war as new people. Both have seemingly left the criminal dark side of Academy City and are trying to come to terms with their new lives now that we have peace in Academy City and the world. Accelerator, the strongest esper in Academy City and a former mass murderer of clones, now has redeemed himself in a way and now has the loving family he desired. While Hamazura is with his girlfriend Takitsubo and the former members of the criminal organization known as Item, Hamazura has managed to bargain with Academy City to no longer try to kill him, and now he's trying to find some normality in his life by finding a new job and protecting his girlfriend. But of course, peace does not last forever, as the remnants of the dark side emerge with a new group known as the Freshmen attempt to bring chaos to Academy City by targeting Fremeia Saverlin, who has a link to both Hamazura and Accelerator. And if you think Frenda looks familiar, as well as her last name, there's a reason for that. Yes, she is Frenda's younger sister. What I most like about NT1 is how it blends the quirky slice of life moments with the dynamic characters with the more serious fights later on, as there are many deadly futuristic killing machines in this volume that the main characters get to fight against. And those battles involve a lot of strategy and tactics, which I really appreciate. The most powerful theme of NT1 is that Hamazura and Accelerator are both trying to move on from their past mistakes and flawed selves. Accelerator now uses his power to protect others, as he has turned his back on the dark side of the city and will do anything to prevent it from re-emerging for both himself
just push that
and
all
his
the way.
newfound family. And he is well aware that he was ultimately the one who killed Freya's guardian and the former leader of Skill Out, Kumabaritoku. Therefore, he feels obliged to protect Freya and make amends for the past, while Hamazura is forced back into trouble when he wanted to directly avoid it for the people close to him. But since Freya represents both the legacy of her sister Frenda and Hamazura's best friend Kamaba, he feels he has no choice but to protect her. Freya represents the beacon of hope and innocence in a post-war world. She is oblivious of the fate of both her sister and Kamaba, as she is completely removed from the affairs of the dark side. Hamazura and Accelerator wanted to keep it that way, where kids like Freya can have a bright future without suffering, as they know exactly what the worst aspects of life in Academy City can bring. I think it's a beautiful message and really fitting for the first volume of the sequel to OT. It's never easy to restart a series from the beginning, especially after World War III of all things. So the stakes are going to be lowered temporarily in order for things to get built up later on. And I feel like Komachi does a great job at presenting Academy City post-World War III. As with a series so focused on action, we don't actually get to see them often enjoy their lives and live in peace for once, interacting with characters in wholesome and funny ways. And there is the charm to that for sure. Like, after all the hardship and hells Hamazura and Accelerator have gone through in Old Testament and in the anime, they deserve a goddamn break. So does Toma, but that's never happening.
Oh yeah, that does not happen later on.
If it was just slice of life only, I don't think many fans of Index would enjoy that. So there is a lot of action in the second half of the novel, so it appeases both camps. And of course, I have to give a shout out to Misaka Worst, the best girl of the volume by far. I love her interactions with Accelerator so much. Their chemistry is just off the charts in my opinion. They just have a great dynamic, and I just wish we saw more of them later on in New Testament. But rereading this made me appreciate it yet again. While the two of them were enemies in Russia, they are once again allies, as now Worst has been accepted into Accelerator's family. But at the same time, there is still some animosity between them, which prompts Worst to tease him many, many times. I ship it. Those of you who have read the official translation of Old Testament should know that similar terminology is used in NT as well. And to be honest, to keep it consistent with OT, I think that's probably the best decision. But as new character groups and terms are introduced to the later volumes of NT, I'm curious what choices will be used for the translation of them. One thing I would have liked to have seen with NT is having the full New Testament title on the volume, as I'm not sure why this decision was made, whether it was because it's too Bible-like, but going off the omnibus, that's called Old Testament.
That is something right there. Okay.
I guess because of the logo on the Japanese NT volumes, it's pretty small, so I don't know if that is the inspiration as to why, as New Testament in the Japanese books have 2 kanji, and in the English one it's 2 letters, so that's probably why. But yet again, if I was like a newcomer to the franchise and I just saw NT,
yeah, it's
I don't know what that stood for unless I like Googled it or something.
Yeah, or unless you like really knew like all that religious stuff going on and just you randomly thought Testament.
This has come out in English, and it was honestly a pleasure to reread it once again. It made me remember things that I had forgotten, because the last time I read NT1 was like years ago, so it was honestly refreshing to read things and remember certain character moments and scenes and stuff which I just completely erased from my memory for whatever reason. It was like reading it from the very beginning once again. So if you have read it before in the past, I still recommend picking it up, and I do have affiliate links down below in the description and the pinned comment if you want to support the channel and also pick up this as well, which obviously helps support the series for future releases. And it's always a pleasure to support the mad genius Kamachi Kazuma, because he deserves it. And let me know what you think about the actual volume itself. And of course, a massive shout out to the people over at Yen Press. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate you for releasing NT in English. You have made the Index fandom very happy. Make sure you check out my review of the OT Omnibus on screen right now for more Index reviews and content. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Alright, and that is it for this one here. So yeah, just trying to keep everything all peaceful and everything. After all of the recent events, yeah, literally going to war and all that. And yeah, that being Frenda, yeah, because I've seen that cover plenty of times. I just didn't know who that girl was. And yeah, this is perfect. Me coming back and seeing who it is. So yeah, Frenda's sister. Yeah, you definitely don't want to tell her what happened. I guess keep her in the dark until she, yeah, because she's gonna have to like figure out, you know, later on or know what happened. Or you could just keep her in the dark the whole rest of her life and she'll just never know. But I mean, she'll probably grow older or get old enough. Can't even figure out the words to say to figure out, okay, this is what happened to my sister. She was last seen here, but I don't even know if all that information would be yeah, she be able to get that access to the information. But yeah, that is it for this one. So yeah, I think I still gotta look at like, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I looked at a little bit of 7, if not like what, an AMV or like a MAD or something. Definitely looked at 9. I don't know about 8, but yeah, 9. Actually, you know what? Because I think I skipped some after 11. So yeah, there's like some in the middle. Yeah, so basically, I at least looked at like half of the volumes, not in order, but like the ones that are important, I guess, or the most popular ones that I would most likely need to know about. And knowing that, yeah, Toma, yeah, he does not get a break. And now literally looking at, you know, Genesis Testament, what was it, 10? Yeah, he just definitely does not get a break from there. Be good to see, like, yeah, kind of what happens after anime, or season 3, because, yeah, what really happens, you know? Kind of just seeing, like, let me see if I find a good image. Yeah, just Toma in that water, and pretty much about it. And then, yeah, whatever... What was it? Alistair, yeah, whatever he did to Fiamma, and then, yeah, I think that was about it from there. And then now we just wait until season 4, whenever that comes out. Yeah, so, yeah, still gotta wait for confirmation for that. Yeah, can't wait to see Railgun. Yeah, I still like Railgun a lot, because when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, this is like a perfect side story. You know, it just feels like a completely different anime. Like, it takes place, you know, in the same area, you know, it's still got the same character, still Toma being there, but it's like, yeah, it's just completely different somehow. Then, yeah, especially, yeah, when all the dragons came out, yeah, Misaka, level 5.3, yeah, I just can't forget that. Like, that was basically peak right there for me, just peak Toaru. Seeing Gunha, yeah. But other than that, that's about it for this one. So, yeah, if I don't get any more requests like anytime soon, I am going to look at like gemstones, I think. Learn a little bit more about them, unless I have, yeah. I just gotta look back. But yeah, start just looking at the other stuff, I guess the side stuff, like learning more about just the individual characters themselves. So, like I said, gemstones, so, you know, Gunha being a part of like that group. And I've already been introduced to that. It's just, you're finding out a little bit more about that, really just getting that, you know, last little bit of clarification. But other than that, I think that's about it for this one. I guess I'll just end it off here, and then Oh yeah, and then yeah, good to see that relationship with Accelerator Misaka Worst. Yeah, definitely developing, getting better. But other than that, I guess yeah, let's just end it off on Aeon here. Yeah, other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe again, and yeah, I'll just see you guys in the next one.